tuned in.
And now for your weekly dose of metal. Here are your hosts, Morgan Danielle and Luco Blaze on The Metal Experience.
Woo! All right, we just heard Dust from Endostalgia, and that was a brand new track off the brand new album, Dose, that was originally released today. Officially released today. And you can catch them playing Rock House in West Dundee with Snowville, Victims, and Alethea this coming Saturday. We may... Is that where we're going?
That's where we're going, to Rock House in West Dundee.
We'll be there. Dick's out. Well, anyway, Morgan's dick will be out.
I don't have one of those.
Then we heard Wounds with the track Light Eater, and you can catch them playing Brower House in Lombard this fucking Friday with Vile Secretion and the band that I dick around in, Architects of Ruin. That should be a rager. I'm going to get fucking butt naked, and we're going to party. And then I have work Saturday morning, so that's going to be fucking
And
brutal.
another show Saturday
And
night.
then Saturday night, so I'll be fucking rocking out the whole weekend.
This weekend
Butt
is
naked.
the weekend that I murder Luco.
Perfect. Can't wait. So, anyway, I am Luco Blaze with Morgan Danielle, and we're rocking out here for our first time, Dead Awake. Why don't you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves and what you do in the band?
I'm Michael, and I play guitar.
I'm Peyton. I play drums.
I'm Dylan, and I scream into the microphone.
I'm Morgan. I also play guitar.
I'm Carlos. I just sell shirts.
You know what? You laugh, but selling shirts is probably the most important job there is.
Oh yeah, he gets us paid. and
Not
it
the
helps.
music.
Somebody's got to get you money.
It's it's selling
And Carlos is willing to be your bitch
Carlos
and do
is
whatever it
straight on the
takes to
hustle.
get
Whoa,
those
Morgan.
shirts into people's
We
hands.
gotta have a hustler.
Straight
Carlos,
So,
what's the craziest thing you did that you had to do to get a shirt sold?
sell someone a 4X, and they wanted a 2X. That's about it.
hustler. Like, nah, man. You
Did
look
you have
great
to
in this 4X.
hardcore convince them that it was going to shrink or that it would be a better blanket?
I just said it looked fashionable and shit. That's about it.
And they're like, you know what?
Sold.
You're
Because Dead
fucking
Awake
right.
is that
That was-
awesome.
Yeah,
You're right.
That was tight. That was tight.
I will fucking rock a 4X. So, are we missing anyone tonight?
Yeah, we're missing our bassist Anthony Schlickman. He had to babysit his little brother today, but yep.
That's okay.
Should have
Good,
brought him with.
good for him.
True.
Yeah, true. But yeah,
Fuck, man. It's all ages here until like 11 or something.
Hey, it's okay.
Well,
He wanted to be a babysitter. It's okay.
Oh, he didn't want to be. He just had to.
How old is his sibling?
I don't know, like 6 or 7, I think.
He's like
Yeah,
6 or 7.
he's young.
he's like 37 years old.
Babysit his big brother.
Crazy.
That'd be a trip.
So let's dive right into things. Dead Awake, you guys got moving pretty fast really early on to your career. And it's only been a little over a year, right? A year and a half?
About a year and a half, yeah.
So let's talk about how you guys started. And, I mean, you have an album out now, but everything that went into the beginning of the band.
We just started out, jamming in Peyton's basement. We're
Sorry,
like,
Michael. I want to hear this from Carlos's
Oh.
perspective.
What?
I'm totally
I mean,
joking. I'm totally joking.
he was there from day one, though.
Yeah, he was.
Carlos
He
is like,
was. He could possibly give the same account that I could.
We rehearsed this, damn it. I'm just kidding.
Okay, so we started jamming in Peyton's bath, or not his bathroom. The bathroom's pretty much the band room, and same room pretty much. And we had the riff for the Pale Horse, and we're like, dude, we should record this. So I hit up my friend Craig Baker, who was in another band called Another Hero Dies back in the day. He's a really good producer. He works with Garrett Rapp, Johnny Craig, does all their guest feature recording and stuff. And we recorded our original EP through him. And then the rest is history. We put the studio recording as our utmost priority and played shows later,
Yeah, it originally started out with just Michael and Peyton. Really, they just started out. And then me and Anthony were at a party one time, and we were like, dude, we want to play this type of music. And it's funny because I showed him Burials that night. And then he hit up Michael, and it was funny because they started it because they wanted to like play shit like Burials too. And then it just kind of like linked up and worked out really well.
So how long ago was that you guys started in the bathroom?
Yes. The bathroom sessions were somewhere around mid-August 2017.
Okay. And then the music that you brought tonight, that's the recording you're talking about, right?
We re-recorded a lot of that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, we actually re-recorded the first EP because I wasn't. I practiced a little bit, but it didn't end up working out right at the beginning of me joining the band. I was in another band at the time and stuff, and I was in school and everything, and it was just really conflicting. And then they recorded their EP with the original vocalist, and then once I joined the band and stuff, and once we signed with Watt and everything, we just decided to re-record the EP with how we play it live, so 9 strings and stuff like that, and my vocals added onto it. So yeah, so we re-recorded a shit ton of it, but
You boys play a 9-string guitar?
He does.
Double drop A, my
Michael
dude.
does. And he breaks a string every fucking show. That's
Or
a Michael
two.
thing.
Or two.
two, yeah.
That's why
Or
you got
3.
8 more.
Morgan,
Yeah.
what?
That has happened.
How
But-
many strings are on your guitar?
I play an 8-string.
He's like, I play a 3-string. Just the top 3. That's all I need.
For real, though.
It's funny because it's true.
8-string, an 8-string and a 9-string.
But I keep all
We
my
play in a
strings
similar
intact,
tuning.
so-
We just like, on his guitar, we pretend the G string doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So then, how are you just like, listen, skip 7 strings. We need 8 and 9-string.
Oh, that's that
guitars.
motherfucker right there. He just
Yeah,
like
I'm
he-
dumb. I like Josh Travis too much.
Yeah, he's a huge Tony Danza fanboy. So am I. I love Tony Danza. That's
Tony
something that
Danza
we
from Wonder Years or
Tony Danza tap
Tap
I know,
dance.
I know.
Yeah.
Wow, are you
But yeah.
What
stupid?
was
the
it? What was the-
Kings.
What
The
was the
Kings.
Tony Danza show he had back in the fucking day?
I don't even know, man.
You know what I'm talking about, though. Tony Danza.
Happy Days?
No, he
No,
wasn't
that
on
was-
Happy Days. Come on,
He
Morgan.
wasn't
That
the
was in
Fonz?
the 60s.
Hey. Yes. But yeah. So
That's pretty sweet. So then you guys started it, Michael and Peyton. And then how did you find the rest of the members of the band?
I went to school with Anthony, like
Okay.
high school. And Anthony went to college and was friends with Dylan.
yeah, we were best friends way back in the day. It was like I moved to Rockford like quite a few years ago. Like I want to say 3 or 4 years ago, and we met during class and stuff, and just like became best friends right off the bat. And then like
Did we like become best friends?
no, you have no idea. It was crazy how like quick that happened because like I do like rap music and stuff for shits and giggles, and he was like, "Oh, I make beats." So he went to his car and just like he played a beat and I rapped over it, and we've been best friends ever since. And then we just both decided to just like fucking invade the band right away. So that happened, word of mouth and everything like that.
And then when did Morgan come along?
Morgan
was-
was a last minute addition.
Yeah, I was the last one to come along. I was actually a while ago, actually, in my previous band, The Most of Me. I was originally going to have Michael be a part of that for a while, so that was kind of how we met. And then fast forward, several months later, Dead Awake was doing things, and they kind of asked me to join to hop on board because they needed another guitarist. And at the time, things were kind of falling out between me and some of the members of The Most of Me, so that's just how it happened.
And then how many guitar strings was your guitar in the Most of Me? Was it also an 8-string?
I had a 7-string in The Most of Me.
Okay.
So I had to up my ante a little.
Okay.
He bought my old 8-string.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And then you're like, I'm fucking moving on up to a 9-string.
Had to one-up him, yeah.
A lot of yeah, all of our new shit though has
Always.
been like a lot of 7 strings, like drop
Okay.
G shit. Like it's a lot easier, especially with how he just goes so crazy live that it's always 1 or 2 strings breaking at any given time. And
You got a backup 9-string?
No.
no.
I have a 9-string and a 7-string. No 6-string.
So then what happens when you
He'll set
break
it down and
strings
just go on
Then,
vocals,
we're fucked.
jump into the crowd.
No, yeah, he just
Michael starts going nuts live.
he just drops his guitar and grabs a mic and then starts doing vocals with me, and we just go
He'll just start crowd killing, get people going. Like
Yeah.
at that point.
spear somebody in
Hype
the pit.
man.
That happened, true story.
Bill Goldberg spears someone in the pit.
Dude, that happened right in front of us in Wausau at Coral Lanes. It was fucking insane.
Murdering kids?
Shout out
dude?
the homies in Brainwash. No, he didn't
I
do
mean,
it, but
I'm respectful. I don't hit people. I just motion as though I'm going to hit someone. Like I want to get them moving. Like if my strings break, I'm like, fuck, I can't play.
Has that happened often?
Yes, every show I break a string. Like I
Yeah.
can't remember the last time I've played a show and not broken a string.
usually it's like a non-important string that he can get away with not having. And then
Wausau, dude.
Wausau, he broke like the 8th string
I
on
broke
his 9th
I broke
string.
the tall string.
So like he
like
couldn't play. So
The string that literally every riff is based around.
You can't bomb.
So I just chucked it and took
Yeah,
the
pretty
mic and
much.
started killing people.
I feel like you guys need string endorsements.
or better
Or
guitars.
better. Yeah.
Dude,
Well,
my 9-string hasn't been set up in over a year, so
Yeah.
I mean that might be the
And
culprit.
plus he goes so fucking nuts.
I also abuse it, yeah.
Yeah, you abuse the fuck out of it, dude.
is there such thing as a company that makes strings that are supposedly unbreakable?
I don't
Not
think
yet.
so.
We'll get to working because that could
Dario.
be
That could be.
what makes
If that's how you say
makes
their
your
name.
career. Make
Giardo?
unbreakable
No,
strings.
Daddario.
Oh, Daddario, yeah.
Is that how you say it? I don't know.
Daddario.
D.
Sponsor us. We need
Daddario.
strings. Shameless plug.
So before we play a track on the album that you guys brought tonight, really quickly I wanted to get into. So you guys are signed currently with We Are Triumphant.
Yep.
Correct? Yes. How did that deal happen, and what exactly does that mean as an artist on We Are Triumphant? What does the label give you perk-wise?
Well, it kind of happened because Michael has a lot of connections. Like, he's always had a lot of connections. He does, like, piano covers of metal songs and stuff. So it was, like, he's been in this industry for a while. He knows how it works. So he knew who, like, to reach out to and stuff like that. So he reached out to a lot of people, sent them some demos of the record that we were going to put out that we're putting out later this year that we've been, like, working on and shit. And then Greg Long and Nico, our manager from We Are Triumphant, kind of got on a group call with us and just kind of gave us the rundown and talked to us about like our music and our future plans and stuff. And we just haven't looked back, so we signed it and everything like that. But they match us on promotion sometimes, and they just like give us really good advice, put us on playlists. Like our single Vagabond just broke 175,000 streams
awesome.
on Spotify.
Nice.
Dang.
Right,
Only
dude?
6 months. Not bad.
Yeah, only 6 months. So the only reason we got that many plays on it is because our manager put us on playlists like months before it was about to be released. So they just put in the legwork for us like that. We pay for a lot out of our own pocket, but like we prefer it that way, just so we can like kind of get like the payments done and kind of have it on our
That's
end.
the trick with labels, is they're like loan sharks.
Yeah.
So we pay for everything out of our pockets or from shows so that we don't owe them throughout
That
the
makes
album
sense.
cycle, you know? So it's
Yeah.
not like, hey, what's our cut? Negative $10,000.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's
It's like
smart.
you'd rather pay out of pocket and then
Yeah.
just reap the benefits right away as opposed to being in the hole for a year and a half, you know?
But our whole, I believe our contract is like an EP and 2 albums.
Yeah.
We re-recorded the EP and put that out right away as kind of like a release, like Welcome to the Watt Family type shit. And then we have this record that we're going to drop later this year, and then we just have another one. And yeah, we'll see where we go from there. But right now it's been pretty awesome. The exposure has been great. They've really helped us out. And yeah, it was a good decision.
Now, when you guys are recording, do you have free reign as to who you want to record with?
Mm-hmm.
And then do you have a bunch of songs that you kind of send them and just say, here's what we got, and they kind of tell you what they think is better? Or do you have free reign as to whatever you want to put on the album? That's up to you.
I would say we have a lot of creative control. They give us advice like, hey, maybe tune this up or tune that down. Like, they'll listen to it, give us notes on production. But overall, we've never had a song that they've been like, yo, that sucks. Scrap that.
Yeah, like
That's awesome.
Hasn't happened
yeah,
yet.
no ghostwriters or anything like that. We have pretty much like full creative control besides the production and stuff like that. So
But then they kind of say like, hey, as a third party listening to it, like, hey, I kind of hear this. Would try that and see if it sounds cooler.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
they'll definitely chime in, but I've never had the
Yeah.
case where they're like, yo, that's trash, dog, scrap it. There's
honestly
nothing
though,
there.
like that's like what our producer does. Like we have had so many like awesome things come out of our music because our producer has just been like, hey, try this. This would sound dope. Or like do this instead of this. Or
Shout
try
out
this.
Craig Baker.
Yeah, shout out Craig Baker.
And where's he record at?
Rochelle,
his house.
Illinois, out of his house.
Okay.
But yeah, so it's a great studio. It's fantastic. He's an amazing guy. One of our absolute best friends. He's been our day one.
And you said that's in Rochelle?
Rochelle, Illinois. Yep.
Where's that at?
It's right next to DeKalb, about 20 minutes out.
Okay,
So-
okay. Now, where are you guys centrally located at?
That's a good question
Yeah.
because we're pretty spread out.
Yeah, we're pretty spread out.
Anthony's from Pecatonica, which is where I'm originally.
What?
I'm originally from Pecatonica. That's how we know each other.
Okay,
would
hold
have been
on.
kinda-
Is that an ancient civilization?
Pretty much.
Yeah, it's
Dude,
really bad.
my graduating class had 60 kids.
What?
Yeah. So Anthony's from Pecatonica. I live in Belvedere. Morgan lives in Rockford. So does Peyton. Dylan lives. Where do you live?
I live
Baraboo?
in. I'm in Baraboo, Wisconsin, out by the Dells for the
Holy
summer.
shit.
Because my parents live out there, just for the summer though. I go to school at NIU, so I live in DeKalb out there. So it's really not that big of a haul, especially since we play a lot of regional shows and stuff. Like it's a lot closer, like for me to get to places than it is like necessarily for them. So it's really not a big deal. But yeah,
Now, most importantly, where's Carlos? Where you live?
Rockford.
Rockford,
All right.
10th
Nice.
Street.
10th Street,
10th
homeboy,
Street hood.
gang gang,
So the EP that was brought tonight, that is called what?
insurrectionist.
Insurrectionist. This was released.
Yeah,
October 2018.
Yeah, October 2018.
Okay, awesome. Well, let's start it up. Let's hear a couple. I know one of them is a prelude, so we'll play that into the first track, I would assume.
Yep.
The Pale Horse, and we'll discuss a little bit about what those are about when we come back in and who the guest vocals are on the track. So
Cool.
Here we go. Prelude into The Pale Horse from Dead Awake. What's going on? I'm Morgan Danielle.
I'm Luco Blaze from the Metal Experience in Chicago, Illinois.
And you're listening to Small Town Mentality Podcast with your hosts, Ben and Austin.
This is Justin.
This is Dustin.
Austin's J&D,
Of the so-called Saints.
or so-called Sense,
Tell your boys.
or Smile Your Boys.
You're listening to the Metal Experience.
Boom.
All right, we are back with the Metal Experience. I am Morgan Danielle with Luco Blaze, hanging out with our friends in Dead Awake tonight. That was the prelude into The Pale Horse. Yeah. All right, so let's talk.
Wait, that's a self-titled EP, right?
No, it's
No.
Insurrectionist.
Insurrection.
Yeah, we just didn't
Insurrectionist.
put the title on the artwork. But yeah, big shout out to
It's okay.
Noah Lopez, who was also the co-front man for a very long time, and he was the original front man of the group. We ended up parting ways, but he also did vocals on this EP, so big shout out to him. Hope everything's going well, Noah, and I love you.
Woo!
Who did the artwork on the cover?
Love you, Noah.
My buddy Michael Clausen, he's based out of Utah. Really good graphic designer. Hit him up. Michael Clausen. That's a Klaassen.
Is he the gentleman that does all of your artwork for like your shirts and stuff?
No,
No, that's
actually.
Mike Lowy mostly.
Yeah,
And
besides our first shirt.
Kyle Anderson from Brand of Sacrifice
Cody
and the
Hoffman.
Afterimage. And Cody Hoffman.
Cody Hoffman.
Yep.
We don't really have a main graphic designer, actually.
Yeah, we use a lot of them.
That's awesome. So let's talk about The Pale Horse. What is it about? And it features a guest vocals. Who is it? And how did you get in touch with them to be on your E EP?
The whole song was just about the broken political climate that we're in these days. Doesn't really take a side. Like, we're not saying, yo, fuck Trump or yo, fuck Hillary. It was just more or less like the broken state of, you're my enemy, no matter what side you're on. It's just, it was basically about how divided we've become, and people will justify violence to, support their cause. That was the entire point of the song, was like people thinking that the other side's like automatically evil and anything justifies the means of taking them down. And Tyler Shelton, we just kind of hit him up, and he's like, "Sure, I'll hop on the track."
Yep.
And Tyler Shelton is who again?
He's the vocalist of Traders. So one of the OG, like, he's the frontman of, I mean, that band got me into Beatdown, like, way back in the day. They were originally signed by We Are Triumphant, too. So
And Victims has toured with them quite a bit, too.
quite a bit, yep.
Big time.
Big homies and Victims. Fucking love y'all. Shout out to Victims.
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 Call them that because their music is thick.
Yeah. Very excited to
Fucking
see them play this weekend.
They're so good. So
Okay,
good.
so Luco is dying to get into this. So we'll take a second. So right now, currently, you are trying to get endorsed by Pure Leaf Tea.
Yep.
That is correct.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've seen Morgan's post. He's all about it. You brought him here tonight.
All about that.
Keep
Yes,
your
we
bottles.
did.
We'll take a picture. We'll try to get it.
Fuck,
We'll
mine's in
tag
the
them all out tonight. If it, like, hey, Pure Leaf, we got a great band on. They want you. They need you.
We do need them. We do need them.
But this all started out a few months ago, and I mean, I voted. I thought it was a great idea. You were the first band that I ever saw chase a pizza endorsement.
Yep.
So I wore my pizza shirt tonight because I still support the idea, but you are obsessed. Well, we're obsessed because I think now you're angry at him. But Jack's Pizza.
Okay, so Morgan has this wacky ass tendency to get hooked on a random brand
And
for like a
stick
week.
with it.
Just be like, "Hey, I love so and so. Hey, I'm gonna make 30 posts a day about this brand." And then a
I
week
like
later,
what I
he's
like,
just like,
and I-
"Yo, here's another brand. I want to make 1,000 posts about this
He
brand."
would be an amazing influencer for any company. Just
Dude,
that's the
I
bottom
like
line.
what I like, and I want to voice my opinion on.
Why
On
aren't
that.
you just
There's
like in
toothpaste in there,
a
too, wasn't there?
commercial
No, it's like-
business?
Yeah, there's
yeah,
two
dude,
mouthwash.
Colgate, right?
Facebook asks you what's
Crest.
on your mind,
Crest
so
mouthwash, dude.
Crest mouthwash is currently on my mind.
that's what
I'm gonna
comes
post
out.
it.
You know,
Yeah.
I choose the things that I really appreciate in my life that I use, and I glorify them. I
Can
let
you-
everybody know, like, hey, this is awesome. This tastes great.
I equate him to the scene in Wayne's World where they're like, "We won't bow down to any sponsor," and then he opens up a Pizza Hut box and shows the logo. Like, I sent that in the chat today. I was like, "This is you."
Listen,
Can
I
you,
mean, like I said, I like what I like, so and I stick by it.
Morgan, can you give us a list of all of the brands that you stick by?
You got like 8 hours.
That-
Corn,
I mean-
corn nuts, A1 original sauce,
Which
Jack's
you,
Pizza, which we rescinded.
you slammed a bottle of A1 sauce.
Oh yeah, and I
Was that the
do
whole
it again
thing?
in a heartbeat. Tasted great.
There wasn't a terrible
You want to
aftermath.
get the black shits again?
That
No,
followed-
Yeah, it was a kind of a terrible.
Oh,
No, it was great. I loved it. It went down easy, and
Jesus.
like I said, I mean, it's no brainer because I've been chugging steak sauce all my life, so it wasn't that hard. You know, I sneak off in the middle of the night, and my refrigerator always has a spare bottle, so it's just like, late night
You know, some
cravings.
people are alcoholics. Some people are addicted
Some
to
people,
drugs.
yeah, everybody has their crutch. For me, it's A1 original sauce.
I'm not lying. Like when we were like getting ready to come out here, my mom was like making egg rolls or whatever, and he literally came to the house with a bottle of A1 in his hand, just
Yeah.
ready. It's like you just carry one.
Now, sometimes
everywhere.
you never know where you're gonna have to throw some A1 sauce on that sucker, so that's what.
I mean,
I have friends that carry around like seasoning in their backpacks in college. So
I guess, but like, dude, that's such a
By
weird
the way,
thing to just
speaking
bust.
of Peyton's mom, Kimmy, she makes amazing egg rolls.
Yes,
she makes
big
homemade egg rolls. She's the egg roll queen. Amazing.
big facts.
She just made a cheeseburger egg roll, and
What?
I'm all about it. Yeah, I am 100%.
That shit
She makes like
is
pork worms,
like-
like
it's so
fucking
good.
crab rangoon egg rolls. Like she goes all out, and they are amazing, dude.
She's been
seriously.
doing that for a couple
So
years.
amazing.
Fuck yeah.
that sounds
Kimmy,
great.
the egg roll queen, hit her up. She's got
Yes.
You
Shout
guys
out
should get
Kimmy.
sponsored by her.
Yeah, why can't she just?
Oh no, we already are.
She's
We already
definitely.
are.
We already
we
are.
are.
Life, dude.
Fully
We're
endorsed.
we're fully endorsed by Peyton's parents, big time.
So you've got so it was A1 sauce, it was Jack's Pizza,
Corn nuts.
Corn nuts.
corn nuts.
You tried getting
Oh,
back
and-
at Jack's with Tombstone, didn't you?
Yeah, because
2
no,
seconds.
because it was like a salty, like we had tried so hard to get that.
I mean, you had a petition going. You had people signing
We had
and
that's
tagging
why it was
and
like
bugging
it
Jax
did
to
mean,
really get this.
At some point, it was like, wow, this is actually catching something. And then it was like to be let down like the way we were. We kind of were like we had to take it the other way. So
Well, didn't you actually have one of the metal sites actually find out about it and post about it?
Yeah.
Yep, that is correct.
Which site was it?
That was a local radio station in Rockford. They found out about the petition and shared it and wrote an article about it.
Was it 96.7 The Eagle?
I
Yeah.
think so, but yeah. So that happened, but also like we had everybody go and write like 5-star reviews for Jax and then mention our name
We
in the
actually
comment.
improved their
And
rating
we
from,
improved
like-
their rating from like a
from, like-
3.8 to a 4.2 in a day.
Whoa.
And then as soon as we said that we got our sponsorship denied, people went and like revoked their reviews and brought them back down. I'm like, we have so much power over
was like-
you,
it was
dude.
an
Give
army
us some
against Jax
fucking
at that
pizza,
point.
dude. Like all I want is like a Facebook post and like 3 free pizzas.
Dude,
That's all I
I
want.
don't even care about the free pizzas. It's like
Yeah, just
20
put on
cents for
like
a
we just
fucking
want the
piece of
clout,
pizza.
dude.
I just want that Facebook post.
It's like I don't know any metal bands who went out trying to get
One
fucking
Facebook post.
That's
That's
it. It's
all
just
I
like,
want.
That was
dude,
what we were going
One
keep your
Facebook
4.2 star rating. Just give us the fucking post.
That's all we want,
That'd
dude.
been awesome.
Yeah, but it
Like,
caught fire.
dude, wait, why don't you guys hit up Wendy's? Wendy's always they roast other people. They fucking
True.
Yeah, that's
Harder
true.
to reach,
True.
I'm sure.
Yo, shout out to
Harder
Wendy's
reach.
for that Baconator though. That
Yeah.
shit smacks. It's
So,
expensive, but it's
there
worth
was Crest mouthwash or
Rest
something in it.
the 3D white, glamorous white.
it. Jesus Christ.
Mouth-
Had to go into detail.
No, because
That's
and-
specific.
Specific.
now because usually I've been a Listerine guy for most of my life, but let me tell you, I went on a whim and tried this Crest 3D white, and I was thinking, what's the deal with this stuff? It's like a clear liquid, and it films up in your mouth. You feel the clean, and it's kind of harsh, but at the same time, it's not. It's non-alcohol, no peroxide, and it was smooth, but my mouth was clean. And
And what about breath factor?
I was
Do
sold.
you feel
Breath-
like your breath is bad
It
afterwards?
doesn't smell as
or-
bad as A1 sauce. So
see, down
slam
a
it-
bottle of A1 and then just
Crest it.
I mean, convince
Crest
me.
it out
I
and
might go buy
Now,
a
would
bottle
you-
of Crest 3D tomorrow.
Would
Who
you go
knows?
back to
Crest-
Listerine, or you are now switched?
I'm just going to say
full-time?
that Listerine is just boneless Crest 3D white.
But dude,
Savage.
there's literally like no antiseptic properties to that. It's like
no, but
there's
it,
no
it
alcohol.
tastes great and it cleans your teeth and you're left with this feeling of just minty
Yeah, but I
greatness.
mean, you eat gorgonzola, so I mean, anything would
Gorgonzola
be minty to
cheese
you.
is amazing, and I stand by that.
Oh god.
I want to start a black metal band called Gorgonzola. That sounds like a
I support
as long
that.
as you
That's
have a
good. I
logo
support
that
that.
you can't read,
black
you're
metal
Gucci.
band name.
Gorgonzola.
Dude, fuck gorgonzola.
That's cult as fuck.
Dude, Gorgonzola is like the worst of all the cheeses.
No,
no, no.
Limburger.
Blue
Fuck
cheese.
Limburger,
Blue
dude.
cheese is also
Fuck
No,
terrible.
blue cheese,
Limburger is
too.
way worse than blue cheese.
But
That shit's
Limburger's next
disgusting.
level.
What is
Trust me, like,
Limburger? though?
Gorgonzola
I've never
over
even heard of
everything.
that.
Don't ask any more questions. Like
The smell alone.
Don't,
You
don't
don't
even
wanna
don't
know.
implore. It's fucking
Okay.
horrible.
I
Didn't
trust
Morgan
you.
throw up from eating that shit?
Yeah,
You know blue
I have a
cheese,
video
right?
of
Blue
it.
cheese is like what you'd imagine, like if
Just
you just
moldy,
if you just like
gross.
put bacteria in between your toes and just grow.
It's just fungus.
Just imagine that, but then like you eating that, shitting
You
it
guys
out.
should try and get
That's Limburger
sponsored by
cheese.
Tasty.
Limburger cheese.
Oh,
Fuck
yeah.
Limburger
Fuck that,
cheese.
dude.
I would deny that in a heartbeat. I'd be like, y'all taste like shit. Goodbye.
Dude,
Like,
Morgan-
sorry.
Morgan
They
loves
call me Morganzola for a reason.
Morganzola.
Morgan
Yep.
loves gorgonzola and blue cheese, and he almost puked when he tried Limburger.
He did puke.
Just in case.
I have it on
Mini
video.
gag.
that,
yeah.
that happened.
And then Kimmy tried it and she was like, meh. I was like, how the fuck are you such a bad bitch?
Kimmy's
Like, I don't
fucking
get
wild.
it. It's like, she was like, yeah, it's whatever. I was like, what the fuck? Like, both these dudes just puked. Like, yeah.
Some good cheese.
Way of the road.
But no, Pure Leaf,
Hit us up.
please sponsor us. We love you. We've practically drank in our weight 5 times in the
Seriously. Your fucking
we live the
pineapple
Pure Leaf
passion
lifestyle.
fruit.
We drink the purest leaf every day, and we shout it to the rooftops.
Don't forget
Pure
Mrs.
Leaf every day.
Fisher's.
Yes.
Oh,
Mrs.
yeah.
Fisher's.
And
Mrs. Fisher's chips.
Mrs. Fisher's potato chips. 100% better than Old Salties.
I mean, I
Damn,
back
just
that.
fighting words,
I
Morgan.
back that, yeah.
It's like
I'll
20
back that.
times greasier.
Yeah, but I'll
I
back
back
it.
that.
I'll back it. Fuck it.
What's the
Mrs.
pretzels
Fisher's
that
dark
I
potato
bought
chips.
today?
Dots.
Dots. Have you guys had Dots pretzels?
That's like the
Wait,
Annie
what?
Ann's type like chain, right?
No,
No,
you can, they're
Dots.
from South Dakota,
Yeah.
and you can only get them at like a few
Binny's,
places, like
Ace
Binny's,
Hardware.
Ace
Sometimes
Hardware's.
they're in bars, depending.
Oh yeah, I've
but
never
they're
had 'em.
like I'm not a big fan of pretzels, but these are like crack cocaine
Are
pretzels.
they hard pretzels or soft pretzels?
They're
I'm
hard
confused.
pretzels.
They're like those
Okay.
pretzels
Okay.
that you eat out of the bag.
Gotcha.
Oh shit!
And
All
they're-
right.
But
if
they've
you-
got a seasoning on it. that is like it's
all about the
garlic,
seasoning.
onion powder,
I'll
and
fucking sit
something.
there and
It
blast
is
the whole
best.
bag.
That's because it got MSG in it.
This fucking
Dude, I fucking love MSG.
fucking
So
love
it's
it.
a great
I know,
cooking product.
I know,
So good.
and
I don't
it's
even know
and
what
that's
the
why
fuck
it's
that
banned
is.
in most places because
It's so
it,
stupid. It just fucking.
it just gets you to eat
anti-Asian
more.
racism.
Yeah, it's
That's
just
all it is.
Michael,
if you can't
shut the
handle
fuck
it, don't
up.
eat
It
it.
is, though.
You know, you're
I
just
want
gonna
an
keep eating them.
anti-age. That's why
It's
it's
not
eat them
an
by the
anti.
bagload.
You know, it
Good
makes
call.
you keep wanting to eat them.
Oh,
It's
well, I
and it's
do because they're
addicting
delicious.
adamant into your food. You,
Is that what they put in beer also?
you got to read the
No,
ingredients.
beer just
bruh.
tastes fucking amazing, and that's why it gets you to keep coming back. You know, because it's fucking awesome.
Well, I just
Sweet.
like what I like.
What happened to
Morgan.
the Dead Awake pizza shirts that you made?
Oh yeah, that was Mike Lowy. He made us. Anthony came
You
up
still
with
have
the
'em?
idea. We have like a few in like limited sizes, just because like they kind of sold out pretty damn quick. But our
was a
buddy Mike
limited
Lowy,
run.
like Anthony came up with the idea of just pizza toppings fighting in an octagon, and then Mike Lowy just ran with it and then put like the octagon as a pizza, and then had toppings fight, and then even had like a red pepper holding up like the round 3, and then put our logo in the Jack's font.
It was sweet.
It was dope. I love that shirt.
Is that on the Facebook page?
Yeah.
Yeah, it should
was.
be. And then the background is just pizza.
So let's play another track before we get into some more shenanigans here.
Shenanigans. I'm gonna pistol whip the next
Are we
person
going in
who says
order, or is there
shenanigans.
anything in specific right now that you would like to hear?
Doesn't matter to me.
Do you have Vagabond by chance?
I only have this one EP.
Shit.
Kingslayer.
Yeah, Kingslayer. That'd be dope.
So this features another guest vocalist, David John
Simonich.
Simonich III. Who, for those that don't know, who is this vocalist and how did you get him involved?
He is the vocalist of Signs of the Swarm currently after CJ McCreary went to Lorna Shore, after Tom Barber went to Chelsea Grin. It's a whole fucking thing.
Jesus.
Yeah, but we got him because Michael got knocked the fuck out by him at a Body Snatcher and Signs show.
Whoa.
So they established a rapport there, and then he just hit him up and gave us guesties. So
Nice. I hope him knocking you out was an accident.
It was.
yeah, it was just like it
Definitely
happens in the
innocent
pit, you know,
accident.
just a crowd kill incident. So
Awesome. Well, here we go. Here is another tasty track,
Dead Awake on that
Kingslayer.
2018 shit.
Dead Awake on that 2018 shit. Enjoy the flames! Enjoy the
Hey! You! Listening to this podcast right now! Do you want to hear a fucking podcast about anything and everything? Like movies, music, television, and more? Oh my god. Well, you've come to the right place. Subscribe to Journey into Comics Network, and you get Podcastrophe, hosted by me, Dick. Why not throw a couple bucks to the Patreon? It's your choice. Yeah. This is a Podcastrophe.
That sounds so awesome.
Bury me in the distance. Deep breaths, listen in. Tear my mind into pieces. Just watch me fall apart.
I'm Meredith.
I'm Ryan.
And I'm John, and we are Victims. And you're listening to The Metal Experience. Check out our full-length album, Volume 2, Inside the Mind, available everywhere.
You can't hear the beer, but Luco's sipping. Luco, what was that we just heard?
That was Kingslayer, right? Boys and girls?
Yeah.
And that featured who now?
David Simonich from Signs of the Swarm.
Fuck yeah.
Their new track, Bangs. Definitely
Banger.
check it out.
Was awesome. What's Kingslayer about?
Oh, God. I don't even know. It was already written when I joined the band. I just basically, like, tracked over it and stuff. But I guess
just
it's just
angry,
about
dude.
slaying a king, you know? Like, there was
You
that
know, like the,
there was that mob vocal transition part with, like, the dogs barking and the sirens and stuff. And it's just, like, kind of like an uprising type shit. Like, I don't know. The most I could equate it to would probably be like the French Revolution or some shit. Like, people are sick and tired of it, so just fucking, I don't know. We were just angry. We wrote a song, Kingslayer. It happened.
Did that answer your question, Morgan?
Yep,
Perfect.
absolutely.
Morgan, does that answer your question?
Answers my question, sir.
Perfect.
Is that
Honestly,
your
the
final
double
answer?
Morgans is confusing me.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah, it confused me the first time he came on the show, too, because it was even funnier because in his band he also had a Derek, which was my brother's name, and my brother was helping do the show at the time, too. So it was like they would say Morgan and Derek, and we'd both look at each other like, us or them? Us?
Me? You?
No?
You?
Yo?
Me? You?
Yeah.
Me?
So,
That's
but
a
it's
really-
good. But two Morgans, it's okay. I can manage. I just got to remember to respond when it's my turn. All right. So let's talk a little bit about the upcoming album that you guys are currently working on. I know we've got a track to play that we've been sent to listen to. So what do you think ETA-wise, and how many tracks are you thinking for this one?
We're hoping about 8 to 10. We got 8 done right now. We have to throw an intro on that. But we're hoping for like late fall, somewhere around September, something like that. Yeah, we've had like a lot of this album written since before we actually signed with We Are Triumphant. But we decided to like camp on it, make some new tracks, try to add some sort of variety to it. And yeah, it's a lot different than the EP, but I think this shit goes hard as hell, and I love it. I absolutely love it. I'm so proud of it, unbelievably proud of it, and I think people are really going to enjoy it.
Now, the name Dead Awake, how did you determine that is the name? And what does it even mean?
I want to be real with y'all. I have no idea.
I could explain it.
Our
how Noah
original
explained it to
original
me.
vocalist came up with it.
Yeah, he like equated it to like basically like an ego death. He's a very spiritual like person stuff like so I guess like I don't even know. Like when your ego's dead, you're more awake or something like that. So it just kind of happened like that. But that's how he explained it to me. Is like equated it to an ego death.
Okay. I can roll with that.
But it stuck and it sounds awesome.
So in the span of you guys being a band for about a year and a half, how many shows have you guys played? Or how many think you've played?
At least like
Over 50, maybe?
over 50, maybe 60, 65, somewhere on there.
I have no. We play almost every weekend, honestly.
Yeah.
I think we're coming up on 100.
Oh, jeez.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because they played shows before I joined and stuff too.
Yeah.
So.
Maybe. I don't honestly have no idea.
Because we had a steady run of like 2 shows a week, like just for about like 2 or 3 months. So that helped a lot. Had that little mini Northeast run back in February. We played 2 shows back to back in Baltimore and then Buffalo, New York.
That's pretty sweet.
That was dope.
We're
Tombstone
going back.
booking.
We're
We're
going
going back in the end of July. Going back to the Northeast for a little, like what, 5-6 day run?
5-day run.
Yep, with Beast and Knights of Malice. Because we
Beast? Where are they from?
New York. They're from New
Knights
York.
of Malice.
Yep, and then I believe they're from New Jersey. But
Write that down, Morgan.
I'm just going to like them on Facebook.
Yeah, Knights of Malice are a really amazing, like, technical deathcore, death metal group, and then Beast is just fucking angry, ridiculous. We played with both of them during our little Northeast run. We did the 2-day run with Knights of Malice, and then Beast was on the Buffalo show, and they absolutely fucking killed it.
Dude, they fucking ripped dick,
They
dude.
killed it, dude.
They ripped dick.
Like, and people in the Northeast go crazy hard. Like, we were in some, like, art shop or something, and, like, while they were playing, some guy jumped on some dude's back, and then they ran across the pit, and the guy on top of the other dude was just hitting people, and then everybody started hitting each other, and then it just, oh my god. Kids out there are nuts, and it's amazing. I love it. I love that shit.
Shout out to Joseph Refrano, Black Venom Productions, and Tombstone Booking as well for helping us get this run together.
Yeah,
They're
seriously.
really awesome.
It was last minute as fuck. Everything fell through, and then they pulled out for us, so definitely.
I like Knights of Malice on their Facebook page. They call themselves a cocktail of deathcore meets whatever.
They're
That's
definitely a cocktail of
a
something.
cocktail. Like
Keyword cack.
Yeah, definitely. That's really cool.
They're amazing.
I'm gonna have to definitely check
Really
them out. They've
humble
got
dudes.
some brutal artwork too.
Yeah, they dropped a new record not too long ago, and it was really fucking awesome.
Sonnets of Ruin.
I actually picked it up, and I can confirm it bangs.
Sweet.
Yeah, it does bang.
What show individually stands out to you the most that you've played,
Ooh.
or has been your favorite to play?
Who's gonna go first?
Favorite to play.
I'll go first.
All right, Morgan.
Personally, my favorite, I mean, there's been a lot of really good ones, but one that really sticks out to me was one that I actually booked myself at Cronies last year. It was the first show that we booked at Cronies, and we actually ended up breaking the record for sales in one night at that show, and it was on a Sunday.
Yeah, that was dope.
It was St. Patrick's Day. Or no, was it St. Patrick's
Yeah,
Day?
it was St. Patty's Day because you were
Yeah, it
wearing
was.
like the
That's
green
right.
hat and the leprechaun outfit.
That was this year.
Yeah, that was this year.
Or no, sorry, that was the different Crony show. So it wasn't the St. Patty's Day show. It was the one in October.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Shit was wild.
But
That
we
shit
broke
was crazy.
Broke the record for it. We also had Tanzen out there and
Big shout-outs to
American
them.
Slang.
Nice.
Those guys
And-
kill too.
No,
Both
it was a
of
good
those
show.
guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
I felt
awesome. And Green Leaves, right?
Oh yeah,
No,
and the Green
different-
Leaves.
Was it that show?
Pure Leaf.
No,
we play a
definitely
lot of
wasn't that
Cronies.
show.
And
If
a
you
lot-
guys
It's a
also-
different Crony show.
Yeah. We
it was
play
the
a lot
first
of Cronies.
Crony show that we played.
But if you guys have not checked out the Green Leaves, definitely do it. They're like slam death metal shit from like,
Indiana.
Pure Leaf was there also, right?
Oh
Pure
yeah,
Leaf
dude.
was there.
I hope.
Definitely.
The green Pure Leaves.
And so, what's your most embarrassing moment live?
Hold on, Carlos didn't say what his favorite.
Carlos,
show
what's your favorite
Oh, yeah, we all
show?
gotta do it.
Shit.
was. Do you go to every show and merch at every show?
I used to. I just got a job, stopped being a bum, and like I can't
So wait,
get on
you're
days
not
off.
even in the band anymore?
No, he's in the band. He's in the
He's
band.
been
but
in
it's
the
just like-
band.
I just like
He's
can't
fam.
take as much days off because of work and whatnot. But
Dude, that blows.
Yeah, every single show before, he got this job, he's been at, no matter what.
it's been late. But merch-wise, favorite show had to be South Beloit.
South Beloit.
That was a banger.
Oh, dude.
That was fun.
Why was that your favorite show?
Sold a lot of shirts, bro.
Sold a lot of shirts, bro.
Made stacks. And I was pretty chopped, too. Not gonna lie. I was fucking chopped.
Gotta be honest.
Yeah.
All right.
You go.
So, okay. My favorite show that we ever played was actually at The Forge in Joliet. We opened for one of my favorite all-time bands, Spite, on their Killer Be Killed tour. And we played second. It was a whole entire shit show right before we played because we got there. I got there first, and I started talking to the guy who was told like he was running the show, and they had listed us as first when we were told that we were playing second. So it was like a giant debacle because like we played with Nokrin on that show, and I believe Severed Ties too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so like Nokrin sold tickets, but they gave us a link that was broken, so we couldn't sell tickets because we asked them for a better link, and they never hit us back. Like obviously they're busy people, whatever. They got a lot of shit on their plates. Not a big deal. But we told them that, and then I talked to the promoter, and he was like, "Oh, I don't give a shit who plays first." So me and Michael did some bad cop, good cop, and got there. But we played.
I was bad cop.
Yeah, he was bad cop. But we played an amazing set in front of a ton of people. We had a lot of homies come out for that, and then I actually got to do guesties on the song "Killer Be Killed" with Spite because Michael hooked it up. Because Darius is an idol of mine, and I was way too fucking scared to go and talk to the guy and ask him because like it's his show, it's his tour, or whatever. And then Michael just bucked up and did it, and he told me, and I had to go to his car to listen to the song, and I cried because it was amazing. It was easily the best experience of my fucking life sharing the stage with those dudes. So huge shout out to Darius from Spite. Huge shout out to Spite.
I think my favorite show was the Hard Goodbye Fest.
Ooh.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Like just the entire like emotional momentum of that show because the House Cafe was basically where we got our start. Like that's where we started playing. That was like the only place that would consistently book us in the beginning. And then
Hometown
like
heroes.
setting it off, being the headlining band for the Goodbye show, like that shit broke my heart, you know?
Yeah, it was
so
bittersweet.
that meant a lot to me.
Comeback
So I
show
don't
for
care
boys.
that we like the Spite show we played for more people, but the Hard Goodbye Fest for the House Cafe, which is like a staple of Midwest hardcore, that meant way more to me personally.
Yeah,
Like,
and that was Valiant's like comeback show for like.
yeah. And this band from Rockford called Valiant, they used to be popping back in the day, and they just came back. This was their first show in like 4 or 5 years. And we brought them back for this show. I don't know. Shit was just an emotional roller coaster.
Yeah, it was
good
nuts.
time.
Good time.
I'm getting
Alright.
feelsy now.
Hey.
For me, I'm probably gonna have to say the when we opened or no when we played direct support for like Moss of Flames out, and I
forgot about Gabe.
I love that show, and I feel like that was my favorite just because if I don't know, it just felt like the drive was worth it.
Dude, it was a whole fucking trip.
And we
It was
stayed out. We
amazing.
stayed out there like the night, and we just dude.
We
it was
actually
great.
met a couple of like people on their way to the gathering of the Juggalos outside. Like we all walked out to go get some food, and they were like, "Hey, what band are you in?" We're like, "Dead Awake." They're like, "Oh shit, you're actually in a band?" Like we were just joking, and we chilled there and talked to them for a little bit. But like it was so crazy seeing our name on the ticket. Like it was like Moss to Flames and Dead Awake, and we were like, "Holy shit!" Because like Moss to Flames is like huge for a lot of our like upbringings and this shit. And that, oh my god,
That was a great
people
time.
went crazy.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Sweet.
That was great.
All right, so Luco's question was, what was your most embarrassing moment on stage?
Iowa City Part 2.
Oh god.
Is this a Slipknot reference?
No. Peyton said Gabe's, with like Moss of Flames was our best show. We came back there a second time.
Oh.
And it was not lit.
Who do we open for?
We opened for Capsize, Frail Body, not Frail Body.
War of Ages.
War of Ages.
War of
It was
Ages. War
It
of
was on,
Ages,
like, a Tuesday.
Capsize, and there's one other band. I can't remember.
Yeah, Ghost Key.
Ghost Key. There it is.
They're awesome.
Yeah, all the bands are fucking great on that bill, but everything didn't work for us. Like the backtracks didn't work. My guitar was out of tune.
Yeah, we drove 3 hours.
A band
for,
dropped.
Yeah,
The opening band dropped.
Two local
Or
bands.
Two opening bands dropped
What
for that
the
show.
And then
fuck?
they told us that while we're on the drive and said that we had our set an hour earlier than what we were supposed to
And
have.
Peyton's triggers didn't work. Like
Yeah, so
literally
nothing worked.
everything fell apart.
And we had a
played the-
15-minute set
We played the entire show raw, 15 minutes cut set time.
for 5 people.
This was
Wait.
booked last minute, so we
If
couldn't
two
make the ticket
bands-
sales either.
If 2 bands drop, don't you think you'd have more time?
You would
Yeah,
think,
but they
just
started us
pushed it
at the
forward.
original time.
They pushed us forward.
So they had us come out for a 15-minute set and acted like
They were like,
they were rushing us.
Hey, people are gonna drink tonight, so let's just fucking push the show forward. it was a fucking shit show.
Yeah, we were
Absolute
so
worst.
sad after that shit. So sad.
My most embarrassing moment is literally every time our backtracks have a problem and Michael yells at me for like 15 minutes. Every time.
It's not personal at all.
No, I know it's not personal, but
We just get sketched. I gotta think about
Michael tends to yell at me on stage a lot. I don't know.
My most embarrassing moment was we were playing a show in St. Louis, and it was at Foo Bar, and literally
first song,
30 seconds into our first song, the literal first note of the song, I like to do a lot of spins on stage a lot.
Some spinnies?
And usually I'm pretty much in control of my surroundings. I know where my bounds are at, but this particular show I basically wasn't aware, and the literal first note of the song, I did a spin and literally just fell off stage completely. Missed the stage.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and
It was
hit my leg on the way down on one of the stairs, and I actually got fast forward, I got cellulitis from that fall. So I mean,
what the fuck is cellulitis?
It's this infection in your leg. It's like deeper than the skin, and it's like you need to get it treated, or else it could go into your bloodstream and really fuck you up.
You could die. Straight up.
So I got that from that fall, and yeah, so it was like on top of the embarrassing fall, I had a sickness.
Wait, how did
ailment
you find
hit me
out about
afterwards.
that?
Because my leg became like 3 times its normal size, and I had to go to the
walk on
hospital
it.
and get it checked out because
They thought he had gangrene.
it was whack.
I have modified my
I couldn't
answer.
walk.
Shut up, Michael.
We were playing in Buffalo, New York.
Oh.
And okay, so there was a fucking winter storm that night or the night before.
Yeah.
The entire ground was just slush, like outside of the venue. And the band that played before us didn't stomp their shoes or wipe their feet off. So the entire stage was just fucking slush water. And I was playing last song, and I slipped and fell off the stage, fell 4 feet. I cracked 2 ribs. I fucking sprained my shoulder, and I was out of work for 3 weeks.
Oh my God.
Yep. Bad shit.
Can't jerk dudes off with a fucked up shoulder.
Yeah,
now,
you can when you're a lefty.
Hey. Okay, I think I have an answer for mine. So it was at Gent Fest on 420 with Tonzin, Extinction Level Event, FAP, like a bunch of really awesome bands. And fucking, I was up there, and like earlier, I think it was like the Hard Goodbye Fest or something, somebody asked me like to rip my shirt off on stage because I joked about it. So I did that, and then word got around. They're like, hey, you're going to do that again? And the dudes in Bind the Sacrifice, I'm actually wearing the shirt that they gave me, but they gave me a different one that like wasn't selling, and they're like, yeah, just rip it off. And I was like, I like this shirt. I kind of want to keep it. Like, I don't want to rip it. And they're like, I'll give you another one. Like, it'll be awesome. I was like, okay, cool.
You do a pre-rip or anything?
Yeah,
or
I did a pre-rip at the bottom, and then like I had a Cubs jersey on, so I hit it, and then right when I was ready, I just fucking Hulk Hogan that shit right off. But like I had this gold chain that I got at Salvation Army. It was fake, obviously, but it was like $3, and it was like had some good weight to it. I wore it every fucking day. And then I was up there, and I was ripping my shirt off, dude. And then the collar didn't rip. I got to learn to pre-rip it at the collar. And it like fucking gave me like one of those like horse mounts in the mouth. Like it got stuck in my mouth. And I do it right in between breakdowns. So I'm like sitting there, I'm waiting. So I grabbed the thing and I just ripped it off my head. And in the process, I ripped my chain off and broke it and threw it on the ground. And I just did it and stuff. And then I realized what I did. And for the rest of the fucking set, I guess the best thing that I could have said was, I broke my damn chain, man. So like this guy, Jeremy Messmore, Messamore, I don't know how to say his last name, but he's an amazing photographer. He took pictures for us that night. And he literally posted the pictures on Twitter and tagged us in it. And all it said was, I broke my damn chain, man. And that was the quote for the night. So that was my most embarrassing moment, I think. I don't really have a lot of
You said that
embarrassing
when you're
moments.
up there, I broke my damn chain?
Yeah, like literally right after the song, I was like, woo. And I was like, I broke my damn chain, man. And then as soon as I walked off the stage, I was like, I broke my damn chain, man. Like, I was really upset about it. I still have it in the cup holder of my car just waiting to be fixed. Like, I love that thing. It was awesome.
That you bought for $3.
Yeah, $3. And it has some weight to it, dude. Nobody knows the difference.
Sentimental value.
Everybody thinks it's real.
You could go get that fixed. Take it to a jewelry store.
No, I know.
They'll
links
fix
on-
it for like $3.
I hope so. I mean, it links on one of the fucking. I just broke the link, so like the actual clasp and everything is fine. But like it fits around another link.
Just take a wrench, you twist the side, you put it back together, and then you clamp it shut again.
That's a good idea. I should just do
I've
that.
done that with so many things that I've broken jewelry-wise that all it takes is a pair of pliers,
You ever bust out the pliers?
very gentle hands,
Oh,
and you twist it open and you push it back together.
Dope.
Quick and done.
Cool. Well, I'll do that. But yeah, I don't have like a lot of embarrassing moments
disappointed
besides
you're
like.
not wearing your baller ass chain tonight, dude.
Nah, I know. I'm kind of disappointed in myself too. But yeah, other than that, just getting hit in the head with headstocks.
Interview's over, dude.
Damn, I fucked up, man.
Carlos.
Got that deathcore drip.
Any embarrassing merch stories?
Ooh. I gotta think.
Or anything that you witnessed
From any of us, those
from any of the boys or anyone while you're out with them.
Or anybody that's approached your table.
Or anyone like in the fucking crowd. Oh, there's a guy with broken elbows, bro. What was the story behind the broken elbows?
Oh, yeah, shout out to Derek Starry. He's the vocalist of Pushover. We were playing at the House Cafe in DeKalb. R.I.P. Rest in peace. I love y'all. But it was the second song. It was Kingslayer, the one you heard earlier. And he was just standing there in the pit dancing around. Somebody fell in front of him and he got tabletopped. And his arms were forward like this. And he landed on his elbows directly on the concrete. And then, like, he had to leave right away, drove himself to the hospital, like, drove himself home and shit, and ended up fracturing both of his elbows. And that picture, like, popped off, too. And we were like, be more like Derek. And it was like, damn.
On their Facebook, there's a picture of him with 2 broken elbows all wrapped up
Yeah,
at the
still
hospital.
wearing the same getup that he wore when they played right before us.
I remember my fucked up story.
Oh, what's your fucked up story?
When I stabbed myself in the finger with my knife.
Oh, dude, fuck.
What?
I was being a dumbass. So I'm taking down my setup, like, you know, like I have like 2 racks. I just like basically just making them a T.
Yeah.
Like, I got zip ties and shit so they don't fall off. Hand was here, knife was here, going like this, and once it like finally goes through,
Oh, you stabbed yourself right in the fucking hand?
right here,
Once.
like this much of the blade went in.
Oh, Jesus, for the cause.
I guess.
So about a half an inch went in?
Yep.
And he just walked up to me and he was like, hey, dude, stabbed myself in the finger. It's pretty metal.
That was tough.
I like that with the guy with the broken elbows. He's sitting there like fucking, looks like he's flexing.
No, he's
If you
proud
looked at
as
it from like,
fuck of that.
If you looked at it from afar, you'd think he'd be like,
What up,
showing
bitch?
up the fucking guns. Or
Looks like a
something.
pit bull, dude. Like a buff ass pit bull. Like with the bowed legs and shit. Like, what up?
What up, player? What up, player?
Well, let's play.
You read my mind.
Yep. Let's play another track. Do we want to play the new one, or do we want to play more off the EP? That is completely
Definitely-
up to you.
Wait, is the new one just Vagabond?
It's just Vagabond.
So Vagabond was a standalone single that we released after we parted ways with the original co-vocalist.
And it will be on the new CD?
Well, it's actually a bonus track on the EP. It's just kind of hidden there, right?
It's a
on there?
surprise.
Also on the LP.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, we'll throw it
It's
on there
like-
for a bonus track.
It's a bonus track on the physical LP.
Oh, okay, yeah,
But it's
that
a
makes
regular
sense.
track on the LP.
Gotcha. All right. Well, here is Vagabond by Dead Awake.
Oh!
I'm a dude, and I'm inviting you to join me on a podcast about brews.
Does that include stouts?
Yes, of course it includes stouts. Like I was saying, join us every Saturday on the journey into...
Wait a minute. Do you guys do anything about like IPAs?
Yes,
Stuff like that?
yes, we do IPAs.
Okay.
Yes. Anyway, join us on the Journey into Comics Network for Brews with Dudes.
Whoa, hey, have you guys ever... Do you care if I bring some Zima on?
Yes, I care if you bring Zima. Zima doesn't count. Zima's Dr. Dongo. Anyway, join us every Saturday for a podcast that delves into the craft brew world.
Yo, what's up, everybody? You got Diggs McNasty,
Timmy D, Corey Carmander Davidson,
and Jared Ercoli from Fools Brew, and we fucking love metal, so listen in to the Metal Experience, because there's some cool motherfuckers, goddammit, ho ho!
Woo! That was fucking brutal. Morgan, what was that called?
Well, that was called Vagabond by Dead Awake.
And that's not... that's
the bonus track off of the EP there. We'll get a little bit more into it, though, when we come back. But first, it's time for Luco's segment.
Now it's time for
Hey man, look what I found!
Only on the Metal Experience.
All right. This week, brought to you by our friends at Imprint Recordings. Your music, your imprint. Visit imprintrecordings.com for more information for all your recording needs. We have the band Death Note Silence, and they're from Shawinigan, Canada.
And you're sticking with it.
And we've got a twofer. We have Living the Passion and Behind the Screen. Let's do it, this Death Note Silence.
Why can't you get watch him on TV?
And now, back to the metal experience.
Did you say hookers and blow?
No, I said the metal experience.
That's not nearly as good.
Woo! All right. Again, that was brought to you by our friends at Imprint Recording. Your music, your imprint. Visit imprintrecordings.com for more information for all your recording needs. Sorry, I had to burp there. Woo! That band was Death Note Silence from Shawinigan, Canada. Perfect. That was Living the Passion and Behind the Screen. Whew, that was a tongue twister. I'm Luca Blaze with Morgan Danielle. We were fucking blasting beers at the back of Fitz's Lanes, Fitz's Spare Keys, and we are still rocking out here with Dead Awake. And Morgan, take it away. I'm gonna keep slamming some beers.
So before that segment, we had played the secret track off the EP Vagabond by Dead Awake. So let's talk a little bit about what that track was about.
All right, I got you. So that song, I wrote that. I had a pretty shitty relationship with my dad growing up. It was never like physically abusive or anything. We just never understood each other. We were never like really good friends or anything like that. More so like on my end, like it felt like mental abuse and shit. Like I was never good enough for my dad. Could never make him proud and stuff because he just didn't understand like the dreams that I had and everything like that. Just because he's a corporate guy. You know, he's a very black and white, conservative, middle-aged suburban father. Like that's basically how his shit is. And then I think it was before the Gabe show with like Moss to Flames, me and my dad got into a huge argument, and like he ended up like pushing me around the kitchen and shit. And like I remember like being in silence for like I want to say like maybe 2 hours. I just didn't say a word. Like I just left. I got to his house and then I just fucking picked him up and then we just started going. But that's when I wrote the breakdown where it's you put your hands on me again, I'll put you in the ground. Disobedient dogs get put down. And I had that line forever even before this song was written. And then it just kind of fit. So it's basically just about a shitty relationship with a father figure and not having, like, not being good enough for that father figure. And the lyrics, like, really reflect that. Like, it means a lot to me. It was from a dark, deep, personal place. And, yeah, that's what the song's about.
How is it now? Has it gotten better? Does he support the band and your music?
Oh, yeah. It's gotten way better. At the time, like, I was always gone from home. I was either in, like, I'm a very get-up-and-go kind of person, like, borderline ADHD all the time. I was always out of the house, like, either doing classwork or hanging out with these fucks or just, like, out here doing stupid shit.
Fucks.
Yeah. I was also, like, smoking a lot of weed at the time, and I got caught by my dad quite a few times throughout the years, and it just... I don't smoke anymore, but...
It's legal now, son.
In January, yeah. That's the only time I'll smoke again. But so, like, we didn't really have a good relationship because I was never home, you know? So we never actually got to talk and all that stuff, and he was upset about that, and then I'd get defensive. But ever since then, we've spent a lot of time together, especially since I live in Baraboo for the summer because I don't know how long we're going to end up being there and stuff. And, like, I don't have any friends out there. I just got a job out there, so that's the only thing I was doing. Other than that, I was just sitting around hanging out with my parents, and... he didn't really understand it until I had a heart-to-heart with him the other day about, like, why this band means so much to me because he just doesn't understand the logistics. He's a businessman, but he doesn't understand music business at all. So he kind of equates it to, like, his corporate stuff and, like, the dairy industry, and that's just not how it works. That's just not the same thing. It's apples and oranges, you know?
Listen, you can't get sponsored by Jack's Pizza doing what he does.
That's what I'm fucking saying. he makes the cheese for Jack's Pizza, so that motherfucker almost sponsored me. But anyway... So I had a heart-to-heart with him because, like, he woke me up and was like, yeah, like, you need to do this with your band, because you guys are getting paid, so you deserve the money from it. But when we get paid from our shows and stuff, we put into our band account for merch, for tour stuff. We just put it right back in. We all elected to forfeit that personal gain for the gain of the band. And he didn't understand that. And then I just had a heart-to-heart with him about, like, why the band means so much to me and how it's, like, a nice escape for me and, like, I've had this dream for literally over a decade. I started this shit back when I was a freshman in high school in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Started doing this metal shit and started forming bands. Yeah, no, I'm a Bears fan. Don't worry, don't touch. But
don't you see his lanyard?
Go Cubs, go, buddy. But yeah, so and I have a Bears bottle opener on my shit too.
Perfect.
Yep. But yeah, so I told him how it was a nice escape and how I didn't really need to like abuse like alcohol or drugs anymore, or like hide from anything because like. What I do is I'm a completely different person between like being normal and then being on stage. You know, like I'm a very, very chill person because I'll hold in anything that pisses me off and I'll keep it tight knit in here, and then I'll express it on stage. And a lot of people like even tell me after shit, like after we play and shit, they're like, I didn't expect you to be the front man because you were so chill. And like I just go crazy on stage and fucking say all that shit. But yeah, so he understood after I said that and really gets it now, and he's very supportive of it.
Has he ever seen your band play live?
Yeah, he has. My parents actually came to a couple of shows. They came to one show at the House Cafe a long-ass time ago, and then we opened up for Head PE at the Apollo Theater in Belvedere, and they came out to that show. So, yeah. My mom has always been supportive of it, too, because she's just like, I mean, she's like my best friend. My mom is amazing. She's always been an amazing mother, and she's always been supportive of whatever I wanted to do. So she's been helping me out with my dad and stuff, too. So.
Now, what about the rest of you guys? Do your parents like the music you guys are making? Go to shows?
Carlos?
I'll be honest, man. My parents think at first they thought this was like, they're like what the fuck are you doing? Like, what the fuck? This better be a fucking phase, dude. And so I had to hit them with it's not a phase, ma. It's real me and shit. But
I'm a merch boy.
But they're like, they see I actually like put in work in this, and like, you know, I'm actually supportive of them and shit. They're like, yeah, that's cool, but the rest of my family is kind of like, you know, I'm sorry to say, it's a typical Mexican, like, yeah, dude, fucking rock on, bro, and like all that typical shit. And I'm like, man, you guys some assholes, but whatever, it's cool. Y'all don't gotta be cool with it. Y'all can do what you want.
You play any instruments, Carlos?
No. Well, sophomore year, me and Peyton tried to start a fucking band, and that ended very fucking bad.
What did you do in the band?
I half-ass played the bass.
Okay. You should practice some vocals, get some guest vocals.
He has actually been practicing vocals, and he sounds dope.
Carlos
as fuck.
ain't even bad, honestly.
He's a hardcore boy, like straight up, like old school hardcore. So he just shouts and shit, and sounds dope.
Carlos
as
ain't
fuck.
bad at all.
Get a fucking guest vocal spot, bitch.
I do want to sometimes when I'm like, man, who's gonna watch my merch? I don't want my shit stolen, bro. So
I love it.
You can leave it for the the vocal spot on the song.
That's when you ask your fellow merch boy, hey, watch my table a second. I'll be right back.
True.
I got you.
True. But yeah, most of my family is just like, they're like, oh shit, you actually like this, and yeah, that's about it.
Feel like for me, my family dynamic, it's been kind of weird because I feel like for the starting off for me, my music career, it was really difficult to get my family support. I mean, they were supportive, but at the same time, I know that they all kind of viewed it as a hobby. They didn't view it as anything that I would take very seriously. And then it became kind of something that I really was spending a lot of time with and I was investing a lot into. And with that, I feel like there was support, but side note, another reason why Vagabond is a big song for me is because I also have a strained relationship with my father still to this day, and largely due to my drive for music, and he envisioned something else for me, and I didn't really follow that. So, it's like with him and other members of my family, they just don't really understand the sacrifice that you have to take to be serious about music. And I mean, I've always said that people that expect people that do music to make a bunch of money, or if they don't understand, like, why would you be in a band if you're not making a lot of money? And it's like, well, obviously you have never been passionate about something in your whole life if you're going to stay, if you're going to stand by that, because sometimes you just don't make back what you need to, but there's a ride, there's a journey.
But it's rewarding. It makes you
there's something
happy.
You learn from all your experiences, and I feel like finally with this band Dead Awake, I feel like we're finally seeing benefits from the work that we put in. I mean, it's taken several projects for me to get to the point that I'm at now with these guys, and I'm really proud of that. Love these guys to death.
Razors.
So, Dead Awake is a family in and of itself.
I love you too, Dr. Onion Rings.
Snaps.
Peyton, I feel like you should talk about how. Okay.
I will say real quick though that my mom is amazing. She's always supported me. Love you, Mom.
Hell yeah. Honestly, my parents have always been super supportive of my musical tendencies. From the day that I was like a second grade kid wanting to play piano at music class, like in elementary school, They supported that 110%.
I think the Pure Leaf's kicking in.
But yeah, my
He's
parents
getting
have always
teabagged,
been there
bro.
since day
Sponsor
one,
us.
and I really appreciate them a bunch because they paid for my piano lessons from the time I was a little second grade piece of shit, until I went to Rock Valley and did my own shit, and they supported me from day one. And I appreciate them so much because they've made me into the musician that I am today. Like, the only reason that I am the crazy metalhead that I am today is because my parents
Because that
were able to.
second grade piece of shit.
Yes,
Yep.
that second grade piece of shit that was playing Beethoven and Chopin. And you know what? I like that dissonant, nasty sound they were making. And I'm like, hey, can we do that in another genre? And fuck yeah, you can. Metal. Guess what? That dissonance translates into metal. So I appreciate my parents 110% for allowing me to focus on my interests and develop myself into the musician that I am today. Like, shout out mom and dad. I fucking love you. Like,
Hey-o.
you're the
Yup.
reason why I am the musician that I am today.
For the folks listening at home, take a shot every time Michael says he appreciates his parents. You will
No,
be
I
drunk.
really
And
fucking
imagine
I really
his
love my
giddy
parents.
excitement movement.
I
It
owe
looks
them-
like he
I owe
wants to
my
jump
parents
into a
so
pool
much.
at the end of this.
No, yeah.
I'm the
Alright.
exact opposite of Morgan and Dylan. Like, I 100 and 200%, 5,000% endorse my parents in their
5,000%.
support
Let's
of my music.
rub it in their
Tree
Thousand.
Like,
Over 9,000.
my entire start in the metal industry was doing piano covers of metal songs. Like, that was my thing. Like,
What was the first one you did?
Can You Feel My Heart? Bring Me the Horizon. Let's get over 200,000 views now on YouTube.
Holy shit. Are you seeing some royalties from that album?
Honestly, you want to
big
hear some of
boy
my
numbers.
YouTube ads? They're fucking jack shit. Like, I've probably made like $500 on my YouTube channel.
Whoa. You're saying that like it's nothing, but $500, we don't see any
No,
of
it's
that.
jack shit. I've got like almost 7,000 subscribers on YouTube and like hundreds of thousands of views on my videos, but because I'm doing cover songs, UMG's like, hey yo, we own that shit, even though it's fair use because I'm transforming the art. They're like, hey yo, we own that shit. So I see like a quarter of it. But you know what? It's fucking whatever. I started my metal journey in piano. And then I wanted to take that and turn it into metal, not piano metal. And then Dead Awake, my
Yep.
boys.
Do you
That's
guys
how it
ever
happened.
put a piano in the music?
A little bit. A little bit.
We had some
Just a wee bit.
in the EP in Ultra Vitam. The ending of it ends with like a really, like it's honestly a beautiful piano piece. And then on the original
Thank
EP, it Metanoia had it, but then our producer changed the the plugins, and it didn't actually get put in the actual recording that we put out. So,
So-
it's just like a 2-minute dead silence at
So
the end
for
of the song.
the original release of our EP, our producer Craig, he changed the routing structure through Reaper for his piano plugin, and then all the piano work I did on that song just deleted because he changed the plugin, but he didn't know that it happened, and he exported the songs, and none of us checked it. So on our OG EP, there's like a minute and a half gap. After a minute and a half of just dead silence.
In between songs?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just a minute and
Big
a half
ol'
of just nothing.
All right.
Check your shit, folks.
We just trusted Craig.
Yeah. All right. Talk about your parents, Peyton, because they're fucking amazing.
I honestly can't think of anybody in my
I
family.
really want an egg roll.
Oh,
Dude, they're so good.
We can
For
get
real.
them out to you.
Fuck.
For sure sometime. But no, I can't think of anybody in my family who hasn't supported me through like they know that like this is what I want to do. Like they know that I want a career in music and all that. So they've been supportive, helping me out with like getting gear and stuff like that. And I mean my
Dude, your dad, your
Yeah.
fucking dad. So he's being humble about it. Like Kim and Ryan, they've helped us through so much. Like our Northeast
Kim
run.
and Rye Dog.
Kim and Rye Dog. Ryan, Peyton's dad, actually bought us a trailer for our Northeast run. Like, cause he's invested so much into us, and he's actually like buying us a bus to take on tour. Like, Kim and Ryan have been helping him with gear, get top of the line gear and stuff, and help him pave the way to get sponsorships. They've always They've come out to every show that they possibly can, no matter what. They've housed us so much. They've just done so much for us and like fed us, treated like ever since I walked into Peyton's house for the first time. His mom has treated me like her own son. I even call her mom. Yeah. So they're amazing. Peyton's being humble about it. His entire family and his entire family's friend group is just so supportive and amazing of us.
They're like, well,
I did. Yeah. Oh yeah. Shout out Ryan Kuhn Trucking for making all this possible.
Ryan
He's a
Kuhn.
trucker, and he's been putting. Oh my God. He's been putting bands into this shit. Bands in the band. Bands.
He just really believes in us, and I mean, it's almost like a shared, like, you know, like we believe in each other type of thing.
Nice.
Fuck yeah.
We got plenty more music just to play. 3 tracks, but they're all bangers, as this whole EP's been. So the next track that we whoa.
ASMR.
Things got weird. What just happened? All right, what's the next song that we're going to play?
Wait, did you get the file I sent you?
We played it.
No,
Vagabond?
No, the one that's titled "Open Your Mouth, Kelly."
Do I want to open this email?
Oh,
Yes, you do. Yeah.
You do. That's not what the song's called.
Well, I will. I did
Yeah.
get it, but off of the EP, what is the next track that we're going to play right now?
Let's do Snake in the Grass.
Yeah, Snake.
All right.
Featuring Frankie Palmieri of Amur.
And how did you get Frankie involved in this song?
We paid him.
That's easy enough.
Yeah, Michael had connections, and then he threw out the rack, and everything was all good. He threw on the track, and it was amazing. It got really good exposure. We originally released it before we put it on this EP, and it had like 8,000 views in a week just because it was on Beheading the Traitor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was on Beheading the Traitor, and
Shout
it got a
out
lot of
Beheading the
exposure.
Traitor.
Shout out Beheading the Traitor. Shout out Frankie Palmieri for being an awesome dude and hopping on this track.
Perfect.
Love you, baby.
All right, here we go.
Hey, this is Danny from My Lean Shit, and we don't appreciate you assuming our gender.
And you're listening to us on the Metal Experience. Don't fight them.
All right, I am Morgan Danielle with Luco Blaze. Once again, that was another Dead Awake song called Snake in the Grass. Yeah. And that featured Frankie from Amir. For those people that are huge fans of Amir, that track is a banger.
Slaps.
It does, it does. Have you ever met him in person?
I have. I actually was in another band called Conundrum. They're still based out of St. Paul. They're a progressive metal band. That was my first band. We were originally Second to Fall back in Green Bay, and then we just switched to a different, more progressive direction. And we opened for them and the Acacia Strain on the tour
right,
where
we
they
are
like kind of
back.
squashed
Once
their
again,
beef,
I'm
'cause
Morgan
I know
Danielle
like, the
with
two
Luco
vocalists were fighting or whatever.
Blaze, and we are here
we played
still
at the
with our
rave
friends at
with
Dead Awake.
those two,
And that
Siler,
was-
Kublai Khan, bunch of heavy hitters, Fit for a King, and we actually met him outside the venue and just talked to him. He's shorter than I am, but he's a really, really
All
nice
right.
dude. I don't
Really?
understand
That
why people
was
hate. Yeah.
Snake
I know it's hard to
in
believe. I'm a short.
You know,
fuck.
it's weird because you see people up on stage and they look
Alright,
just
hold
so
on a
much
second.
bigger
Oh,
than
yeah,
you see
dude.
him like
See this
staying next to you.
recording 'cause
Like
I'm not seeing.
Yeah,
I tower over you.
He's about my height, but he's a super nice dude. Like super down to earth, super easy to
you guys
talk
kind
to.
of look like you guys could be next door neighbors.
Honestly, dude, probably. I could see it. Yeah, he's like really big into like the whole
Cousins.
like fashion
Cousin
shit and
next door
stuff, so-
neighbors.
Yeah, but yeah, I resonate a lot with him. I used to jam Amir all the fucking time, and their new album slaps even heavier than anything else they ever put out. Shout out Josh Travis for making it lit. But yeah, so I've met him in person. He's a great dude, super down to earth, super easy to talk to, just an all around great guy. I don't understand why he gets a lot of hate. I guess it's just like the music and the lyrics that they put out, but like who cares? You know, speak your truth. Fuck it.
Fucking A right, Peter, man.
So this song is actually kind of perfect for that saying. What is the track about?
So the track is about just basically people who are super nice to your face, and then as soon as you turn around, they just bite you in the ass. So basically just like people are like, oh man, like I love your music, or I love you guys are awesome, and then the second that, you know, we're not with them, they're like, oh, like fuck these guys, whatever, like these guys suck, like they're chasing our clout, doing all that shit. So yeah, the chorus is kind of uplifting too. Like Morgan said earlier, he brought it up. It was just basically like, if you want me so bad, come and find me. I'll be waiting for your move. I'll be standing with my brothers behind me. You drew first blood. Because we all just kind of realized that we're all a brotherhood, we're all a family and stuff, and we would stand together in any situation like that. So
Now you guys have a tour coming up quickly now.
Yes.
What is the plan? Like, where are you guys going? How many days?
Alrighty.
We're going to be gone for 5 days. We're going to be on the road with our buddies Beast and Knights of Malice. And the first date, we're going to be in Pittsburgh. The second date is going to be
I don't even know what the order of the dates
Rochester.
is.
I know where it's Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, Rochester, Long Island, Baltimore,
and Boston. I
and
think. No, Long Island, right?
That was 5, right?
Yeah, I think that was 5. I don't know. We're going to the Northeast for a little 5-day run. Should be pretty nice. Should be pretty dope. I'm very excited to see my friends again.
And there's other locals opening at these shows for you guys
yeah.
too?
Yep. There's like 2 to 3 locals every show. I know we're playing a show at Preserving Hardcore, which is pretty dope for like kids like me and Carlos and Michael who are super big into the hardcore scene and everything. It's a really huge venue out there.
And are you guys alternating who headlines every night, or is it you guys, or?
We're headlining all the nights.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
That's really cool.
should be a pretty lit time.
So is there new merch already prepped for this tour, or you guys have whatever you have in stock you're bringing with you to sell out?
We're bringing everything that we have right now to sell out. We're hoping to get a couple new designs ready for tour. If not that, we're hoping to re-up on all the shit that we have currently out right now because we have like very limited sizes. Like we don't have any mediums or anything. It's like small and then like 4X or 3X. So it's really bad. So either we're just gonna like restock everything that we have and then add another merch design, or we're just gonna like start fresh. So.
For those that are looking to purchase things online too in the future, what do you guys have available site-wise for people to find
Carlos, take
merch,
it away.
music?
www.pornhub.com/deadawake.
No, we have a big cartel page that is linked in our Instagram under Dead Awake Band. We have that. All of our music that we have released is on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, whatever the fuck they call it. I don't use it. But it's basically everywhere. It's on YouTube and stuff too, a lot of it. So yeah, you can find it anywhere. We also have physicals up on our Big Cartel. We have those at shows and everything. And yeah, so bigcartel.com/deadawake, I believe.
Nice. Well, we got one more track to play before I do my segment, and then we'll end the night with one more. So, geez, you guys don't need more.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
What is the next track that you guys would like to play?
Off the EP?
Off the EP.
Yeah, okay. We'll just go with the EP.
Okay.
I want to say. Hold
the
on.
Gallows or Ultra?
Oh, let's go with Ultra Vitam. That's got our boy Kyle Anderson of Brand of Sacrifice, formerly of the After Image, on it. He's a really awesome dude. They're a massive band. They're just on fucking Summer Slaughter this year. They're fucking amazing. It's like Brand of Sacrifice is something from Berserk, and it's like an anime and a manga, and I love that shit. So it's awesome. They're fucking brutal and heavy. Check them out.
All right, here we go.
Swallow this.
This is Gup. This is Trent. This is Tim. And we're Heavy! and you are listening to the Metal Experience Radio Show, Super Show Extravaganza, live on what the fuck network? Fuck. Can you edit that?
All right, we are back with the Metal Experience. I am Morgan Danielle with Luco Blaze, still here with Guys and Dead Awake. That was Ultra Vitam featuring Kyle Anderson. And we'll talk about that song when the guys get back in here. But first, just to wrap up everything going on, just so we can move right along here. Just wanted to go over what's going on this week. So our friends in Wrath are currently on tour at the Rage Across America Part 1, and they are on tour for all of part of July, actually, and then going into some of August and September. So make sure you check out their page and keep posted as to when they're going to be nearest you. They will be back in the Lombard area in August, but currently they are in Albany, New York, playing Paulie's Hotel tonight, actually. And they'll be in New Jersey tomorrow. So go check out Wrath. They are awesome guys. And then also, hold on here, Forever Death Fest has announced the official dates of the coming of the new Forever Death Fest for this year. Make sure you check out their Facebook page for more information. The pre-party has been announced for Thursday, December 5th at Cobra Lounge. Forever Death Fest Day 1 will be December 6th at Beat Kitchen, and Day 2, December 7th at the Beat Kitchen. More details coming soon with more band announcements as they announce. July 5th, you can catch our friends in Oblivion Zero Venta Atmosphere, and they are playing at Top Fuel Saloon with Tantric and Saliva. This weekend we will be at Rock House in West Dundee. We'll be seeing Endostalgia, Alethea, Synovial, and Victims. And then Luca's band Architects of Ruin is playing at Brower House this coming Friday with Vile Secretion and Wounds. That one track that we opened up this show with was from Wounds. So be sure to check both of those bands out. Come out to Brower House and hang out with us. There is a ticket link online that you can buy tickets beforehand or pay at the door. That is up to you. And then also, our friends in Sombra Oscura have a brand new track called Like Water out now. Their song can be found on Instagram or Facebook. You can check that out. We did a feature. Jenny Holland wrote a interview for Drive By Bukkake out on the East Coast. They have Spunkorama Punk Covers EP available for pre-order on their Bandcamp. It is a $5 just charge for a digital copy. Go to Drive By Bukkake's Bandcamp and pre-order today. What a creative name, right? Your mom would love it. Also, Qualia has a brand new single called Pig Latin. Make sure you go check that out. Our friends in Sidrian have a brand new album coming out called Origins. Well, it is already out. My bad. It's been 1 week since Origins was released. You can get physical copies of the CD on Big Cartel and digital on their Bandcamp, Spotify, or iTunes. And then our friends in Predator have a brand new single out called Mechanically Separated Humans. Jesus. Wow, I don't know what I was trying to say. I lost it there. There's a couple shows coming up that we are sponsoring. Want to make sure we shout that out. Officially, we have a poster, and more than one poster hanging up now at Fitz' Spirit Keys, our official headquarters. So I want to make sure we give a shout out to Fitz' Spirit Keys. On July 19th, we will be here sponsoring the show. I will be the MC. Luco's band Architects of Ruin is going to be playing with Atlanta's Burning, Blank Standard, and Extraction Point is having their CD release show. So make sure you come out. It's just $5. Starts at 7:30 and 21 after 11 p.m. So make sure you come on out and support. And also going on later on this month is Fields Fest down in Berwyn. That is July 27th. Ton of awesome bands playing this. Each one is going to be doing a cover or two. Our friends in Arabella, Speaking with Ghosts, When We Was Kids, Guardrail, Capital Vices, Synovial, Havens, and Glory Days will all be there with cool other sponsors going to be setting up some merch tables. And then you can come get free swag at both of the events that we have going on in July. We're going to be having a table passing out stickers, CDs, pins, shirts, whatever we've got. You can take it home. It'll be free. We just need to get rid of it. There's just so much, and I'm sick of seeing it just sit in the attic. So please help us get rid of it and make sure you check it all out online. And then we officially made an announcement. Greg has been working hard on getting us up on media platforms. So I just want to read this in case people who haven't seen our Facebook page. All 351 episodes of the Metal Experience have been uploaded to Podbean. That is right now where we are trying to host our show to get everything uploaded onto all of your streaming networks. Everything can still be found on the metalexperience.com, so I don't want to forget about that. But make sure you check out Podbean, and the next step is to publish all of our episodes up so they can be played on Spotify, Google Play, Apple Music, all of that fun stuff. That'll all be available soon. We have the links. We know we've gotten approved. It's just a matter of moving all 351 episodes onto those platforms. So thanks for your patience. We appreciate it. And thanks to Greg for all of his hard work for allowing that to happen, because we couldn't have done it without you. Woo! Yeah. So stay tuned. We've got more updates coming from Armageddon Fest that is happening in November. We are sponsoring that in November at Penny Road Pub. Scars of Armageddon's playing, Beyond Death. More bands are being announced every day that they want to update, so we'll share as we know. So make sure that you watch for the updates for that, and go like the Scars of Armageddon page and Scars of Armageddon. And then make sure you go to our events and get all the information for the upcoming event so that you can mark it in your calendar. And then next week on our show, we are going to have, for their second time, super excited about this because we're also going to be seeing them this weekend. Synovial is going to be back with us. So we'll catch up with them, talk about the show that we see this weekend with them, and you know, they've got some sweet new merch designs available that I've seen that they posted online. So we'll get to hang out with those guys and play some awesome music and be back at Fitz's Spare Keys again. So anybody that wants to come out any Tuesday, we start about 8 p.m. and go till about 10:30, 11. You can come out and join us and have a good time. So with that, we're going to wrap it up here with Dead Awake. The last track that we played was Ultra Vitam. Am I saying that right? Vitam? What's Ultra Vitam about?
Ultra Vitam, our other vocalist wrote it. Ultra Vitam basically means like the in-between of life and death, I believe. So that's what he wrote it about and stuff like that, like the journey in between like life and death.
Trippy.
Nice. So are there any that you can give away, if any? Any guest vocal spots on the new album?
Well, I can give away this one because we're going to drop this one soon anyway. It's a little bit of public knowledge, but we already dropped Vagabond with John from Last 10 Seconds, and we also dropped The Shepherd with Duncan Bentley from Volvadinho, nice slam band from South Africa. And then this next song that we're releasing has the vocalist of Dealer. They're a brand new super group that's basically playing like super heavy hardcore shit. He's the ex-vocalist of Alpha Wolf, if you've ever heard of them. But they're based out in Australia, and he's actually doing the guest vocal spot for our song Friends. That's going to be coming out pretty soon. We just got the first draft of the music video this past weekend. It looks sick. And yeah, so other than that, we basically dropped all the ones with our features, right? Yeah. So this is going to be the last feature on the album, I believe. And yeah, Aiden from Dealer.
So you have a music video coming out then?
Yep.
For this?
Yep.
Where did you guys shoot the video at?
We shot it in Morgan's basement, actually, because we have a tendency to plan shoot dates and then not have anything else planned. So we had to find extras and stuff like that and find a location really quick. But luckily, Morgan offered his basement. It looks really cool with the whole aesthetic of the video and the whole meaning behind it and stuff. And we had some amazing extras come in and kind of just like act with some B-roll parts. That was awesome. So yeah, it's honestly, it looks great. Like we've recorded, I think like 2 out of the 4 videos that we've done in basements, and honestly, I don't mind it at all. It's been a pretty good time.
It's all cool.
So for those wanting to look up Dead Awake and you know all the information of upcoming events and updates of everything you're doing, what are the platforms that you guys readily use?
We use Instagram a fuck ton. Instagram is a main thing. Instagram and Facebook are our main social media platforms for announcements of shows, announcements of tour, promo videos and stuff like that. We usually put like the promo videos and stuff on Instagram or anything cool that happens with us or some cool pictures of us. Especially with the amazing photographers that we have in this scene, we tend to put a lot of those pictures up to kind of build the hype and stuff like that. So mainly Instagram and Facebook. You can find us on Facebook at dead/awake. There's also a movie called Dead Awake, and we don't have any correlation with them at all. That's not like why we came up with the name. It's a really shitty movie. Me and Peyton watched it on YouTube, and it was absolute garbage. Yeah. But I'm a cinephile, so I love movies. So that's a whole nother story. But yeah, you can find us on Facebook at dead/awake. You can't miss us. You'll know our ugly mugs from the second you click on it. And then on Instagram is Dead Awake Band. We also have a Twitter. I think it's Dead Awake IL is our handle, at Dead Awake IL. We don't use that as regularly, but we've been trying to use it more. So, yep.
Which Dead Awake movie did you watch?
The one where it's like a cover and there's this chick at the bottom of it, and she's like wide awake. I don't know. It's like a low budget type horror film.
I just looked it up. There's 3 of them.
There's 3 of them?
Jesus.
It was on, I'm pretty sure the one you're talking about was on Netflix, dude.
Yeah, it was on Netflix for a while. I remember that.
Yeah, that movie
Crazy.
was bunk.
Yeah, it was bunk, dude.
Well, there's one last song on the EP that we haven't played yet. I'm pretty sure that is called The Gallows.
Yep, that is called The Gallows.
And any message in The Gallows that inspired this song?
Basically just like, I don't know. Isn't it from like the perspective of somebody who's like a leader and like not being followed and stuff like that? Because I know there's a line in there, the dissidents will float in the shallows, no heretic can escape the gallows. So I think it's just basically about like get with it or get lost type shit, right?
Along those lines, yes.
Yeah, it's like along those lines. We were pretty vague about it. We don't really have like it's another just yeah, that's the one. It was just mainly another angry song, and this is the one song on the EP that I did the sole vocals of with Michael on backing vocals too. So
awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for coming out, driving in all different directions to get to us tonight.
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
Some of you guys carpooled, but
we've been looking
we're
forward to this
excited.
for a year.
Yeah, I know. And it came, and now I want the new album, and I want to do it all over again.
Hey, we're down. Anytime you guys will have us, we'd love to come on.
Awesome. We'll hold you to it.
Hell yeah.
I've got dates open.
Sounds good.
In the meantime, check out The Gallows that we'll hear as the last track of the night, and be sure to listen to next week's episode with our friends back in Synoville. We'll see you then. In the meantime, last track. Here we go.